BBC Radio Scotland.
Good evening from Tannadice, from me, Thomas Duncan, where Dundee United host Rangers, both sides desperate for a victory. United with just the one win in their last 8 league games, down in 8th position, and really keen to get themselves back towards the top 6. For Rangers, they are unbeaten since the 2-0 defeat by Hearts at Ibrox, and Danny Rule has won 4 of his first 5 league games, but that 0-0 draw against Falkirk at Ibrox only stamped the sense that performances need to improve, and they need to show far more in terms of intensity and attacking threat. They are unbeaten in 11 meetings with Dundee United Rangers. It's a good record. They're also unbeaten in the league in 17 away from home since Boxing Day last year. Probably too many draws for the liking amongst those results, but nonetheless it's impressive. Can they continue that tonight with an all-important victory to keep pace with those at the top, including Hearts and Celtic? And the teams for you: Rangers making 3 changes from the draw at the weekend. So they start with Jack Butland in goal, back 4 of Tavernier, Giga, Fernandez and Magoma, Barron and Raskin. The holding midfielders, Gassama and Bayrami on the flanks, and then Danilo and Miovski, the 2 strikers on the pitch. For United, it's Richards in goal, Jovu, Esselink, Karestes, the back 3, Stevenson and Ferry on the flanks, Kamara and Chevet holding midfield, with Fata and Satsford supporting Nikolai Muller, who's making just his 4th start of the season, the summer signing. So Nico Raskan kicks us off, and we are underway in one of 5 Premiership matches taking place tonight. I will keep you across the other scores as best I can as we describe the action here at Tannadice. It's immediately behind for a United goal kick, which gives Billy Dodds a chance to give us his thoughts on this game.
Well, there's a good atmosphere, we know that, and always is at Tannadice when United play Rangers, but who wins it? I really don't know, Thomas. You're just guessing. I mean, Rangers' form is better, but they haven't been convincing. United just seem as if they have to get going. A lot of injuries this season, but on the bench are very strong as well. So, looking forward to the game, though, in a good atmosphere.
Tavernier has to clear that out for a throw-in on the far side as United went direct up to Sapsford on Muller, and the Swede he's a big man, I have to say. I was pitch side and he came out the tunnel for the warm-up, and he's got good size about him. He's about 6'4", as it goes back now to Esselink, who's replaced Ross Graham in the lineup for United this evening. In the back 3, and Rangers with their first proper touch of the ball since the kick-off. Barron, and across now to Giga, and then it is Tavernier trots infield and into the centre circle and goes back now to Nasser Giga, up to Miovski, who dropped in, and Rangers into Barron just over halfway, turns and looks across the pitch. Dundee United have conceded the first goal in their last 8 games in the league. It's a record Jim Goodwin is desperate to stop. 9 and 13 overall. They need to stop giving themselves a mountain to climb if they're going to improve results, as Raskin offloads to Magoma, replacing Aarons in the starting 11 for Rangers this evening. Giga, Barron gives it to Gassama, Giga, Raskan, and all the way back to Jack Butland, and it's those exchanges, Billy, you're just looking for a bit more forward punch from Rangers.
Yeah, they had runners. I mean, I watched the movement of Raskan. He had a through run, wasn't spotted, he was frustrated, and Tavernier playing so high, certainly inverted, but really as a right winger, but nobody could get the head up, even though they had loads of possession. They were shifting Dundee United about. The United weren't sure. There was opportunities to go positive and direct, but they didn't take them, Rangers.
And Sapsford puts Fernandez under a bit of pressure as he's going back to defend, and gives him a nudge, and the defender has to clear it out for a throw in over on the far side. And this is a chance for Dundee United to get Will Ferry thrown into the box, and they've scored more goals off throw-ins than any other side in the league so far this season. Dundee United, it's a weapon they will look to use given the opportunity. And Ferry currently drying the ball.
Certainly got height, yeah. Crestes, Jovu, Esselink.
Absolutely, they're a big team as it's flown to the near post, and the Jovu then heads it across into the 6-yard box up in there from Fernandez. Butland comes, doesn't connect cleanly, and it goes behind. And it's a corner kick to Dundee United, and that was not very convincing from Rangers defensively. I think Jack Butland might have been looking for the foul, Billy, but it wasn't coming from the referee, David Dickinson.
Yeah, I don't think it was a free kick. I think the United player was it Ferry, who just looked as if he got in there before him. And I'd say he's lucky, Butland, because he doesn't get any contact. And well, he does, but he gets here after a man.
Corner right on top of the goalkeeper. He doesn't come, and it's behind for another corner kick as Rangers just nod it behind. There was no other option, really. Really dangerous ball.
Yeah, that one was Ferry whipped right into that back area, and I think Danilo it was that had to deal with it, and just gets it behind. Could have gone anywhere. Good start from United, basic but positive.
Corner on this near side, and it's Amar Fata who's going to take it for United. It goes short to Sapsford, he gives it back to Fata, opens up the right foot, sends it into the box, and it's met by Tavernier only as far as Pan Camera, then out to Lucas Stevenson, space to cross, deflects off Danilo, and that's another United corner. 4 minutes in, 0-0, but this is United's third corner already.
Yeah, they are direct, but it's getting them results, whether it's just a straight ball that gets them the throw in gets them a couple of corners, and they get another one just out to the edge of the box. Kamara out in a wide area, Lucas Stevenson forces another corner. Really good play.
And it is Will Ferry once more. The left foot, here it comes, in swinger, high into the 6-yard box. Good leap from Esselink in there, and Rangers managed to get it away out to this near side, and Danilo rolls it up the line. Tavernier is not going to get there. Camera gets there, and then into Stevenson. It's picked off by Raskan. Brilliant interception. Now it's Tavernier, right hand side of the box for Rangers. Curls across the back post. Miofsky heads it down. Raskan on the chest. Chance for Rangers, and it's saved by Richards. Turned away and out for a Rangers corner, and that's much better, more aggressive counter-attacking, Billy Dodds.
Yeah, he did catch it well, Danilo, but it was good all-round play. Once he played down the right-hand side, he tries to find Tavernier, and the inside ball from Kamara, who covers it's cut off. Raskan nicks it, they're down the right. Tavernier with a good ball, and nodded back in by Miofsky, and it looks as if Danilo gets a hit on it once it's laid off by Raskan, but it's blocked away. It was really good defending in the end, but a good move from Rangers.
Corner to Rangers over on the far side. It is James Tavernier who is going to take. The referee David Dickinson is just giving out the instructions, as there's a lot of grappling going on. Esselink's involved. Here comes James Tavernier. He goes short, an unmarked option, and the right-footed ball is not the best, and it's clear the way at the near post area, and then Barron took his eye off that and then tries to play it to Danilo down the side of the box. Intercepted. Barron goes after it, but so does Giga, and then he's ballooned it into the stands, and that is wild from the centre back, and perhaps why he's not a winger.
I shouldn't laugh, but my word, I don't think I've seen anything like that for a long time. I mean, he does well to pick up once it comes out. It's a poor corner for Rangers, take it short, and the delivery's not great. It comes out to Giga, he strides forward, and I mean, have you ever seen a shank like that? I mean, it's not even like over the crossbar from the wide right area. It just shoots right into the United fan, nearly down the tunnel.
It was. I just don't understand that. I just stroke a boot at it, send it anywhere into the box is, you might cause a problem. But he must have taken his eye off it.
Is that one of my golf shots?
Rangers have it in midfield through Barron, over halfway with his pass to Gassama, and then Chevet wins it in the air, and it's a battle in there at the moment, which Barron has managed to prevail. Pops up in space, he's not got much room and has to squeeze it back down the line to Magoma. The left back gives it to Fernandez. Rangers, of course, with injuries to Suter and Cornelius in the centre back department, so Giga and Fernandez continuing as it comes to Tavernier on this near side. He's halfway up Dundee United's half, goes backwards to Giga and across to Fernandez, then Barron dribbles forwards out to Magoma on the left. Magoma back to Barron scans the pitch. Raskin offered a short option, eventually flicks it to him. Raskin then out wide, and it is now Magoma, and his cross is blocked by Stevenson, and then the United defender can clear it up the line for a throw in. Rangers, after a flurry of early United corner corners, Billy, start to just take a wee bit of control in the game.
Yeah, they're getting plenty of possession. Full-backs finding plenty of the ball. United being forced into a back five. You're seeing two different styles where Rangers full-backs high, United more direct when they get the ball. Rangers a lot of possession, looking for that searching pass.
Kamara up against Barron, who's moving towards the corner flag as he kept that in. He has brilliant feet from Conor Barron, but his pass through a little gap is blocked now. Fata to Kamara, and this is the opportunities Dundee United want to make the most of. Kamara strides over halfway, he's looking for support. He's got an option from Fata down the left, who was screaming for it, probably should have given him it. Goes to Chevet inside the pitch, and then Yovu, and then back to Vichko Chevet, and then Esselink, Karestes, and Kamara under pressure from Barron, and then curls it all the way along the back line to Yovu. Not the easiest to deal with for the centre half, but he's done well to stroke it up towards halfway, and Sapsford, heavy touch, keeps it in, and then he's won a free kick. Late challenge over on the far side from Nico Raskad, and United come out of that with a positive, although Amar Fata, I think, is wondering why he wasn't played in down the left hand side.
Yeah,
Billy.
and I was looking at that one, you're right to point it out, Thomas down the left just roll it, but he couldn't get the head up, Kamara, and then he also had Stevenson with a switch, but he didn't hit either of them. Then they had two passes where I don't think they meant them, but they got away with them, and they eventually forced a free kick out that right hand side, right on the halfway line. So they did well eventually keep possession, but a few of the passes not meant.
Dundee United 0, Rangers 0 after 9 minutes. It is goalless elsewhere across the country. I'll try and keep you abreast of goals going in elsewhere as United play this free kick into the box, well won by Giga, out to Magoma just inside his penalty area. Then the pass is forward, and it's a decent little dribble there forwards, and then throw in is one. It was Bayrami who was carrying it out, came into the side against Falkirk, was probably the brightest spark, if you can put it like that. It's maybe not saying much, admittedly,
he's got a lot of ability in the team, there's no doubt. Bayrami, I mean, it just has to search for that consistency. If he does, he's got a good opportunity to play at Rangers.
Fernandez controls centre back position, and they stop, and Raskan collects it off his centre backs, and then is dropping one over the top for Gassama to chase. Is a really good bit of defending from Karestes to just get his body in front of Gassama as he was running forward, and it skips through to the goalkeeper Richards. And now it's Yovu out to Stevenson, was in midfield on Saturday against Kilmarnock, and that's a brilliant ball for Sapsford, who's made the most of it. He's up to the corner of the box, he's into the area, he stays on his feet, clips it into the bottom corner. Oh, what a goal from Zach Sapsford! Played in down the right, drives into the box and dinks Jack Butland as the ball nestles in the far corner, and it is Dundee United 1, Rangers 0. Brilliant goal from Zach Sapsford.
Yeah, it's that direct play, but let's not be kidding you, it is a brilliant individual goal, because once he's found on that right hand side, he leaves Fernandez for dead. I mean, shows strength, he picks up, just played down the channel, he's in his own half and he's just off, shows great pace, shows great tenacity, great strength. Fernandez left for dead, and then when Butland comes, just dinks it right over him into the far corner. That is a fantastic goal from Sapsford, really is.
Yeah, and he's a player who made such a bright start to his Dundee United career, and then has just struggled a wee bit recently, perhaps as the team has struggled, but that is his 6th goal of the season, his 4th in the Premiership, and it is an absolutely brilliant goal. And just looking at shots of Jim Goodwin, they really needed that. I mentioned their run of conceding the first goal in 8 games in a row. Finally United have got their noses in front, and what a boost that might give them as Camera now finds Stevenson in loads of room. He crosses the halfway line, now he's driving away from Magoma, who has recovered. Stevenson stops and starts, and then sends the ball to the box. Moller at the near post, he's fluffed his header, it comes to Fata, hooks it back over his head, and Ferry picks up left hand side of the box, gives it to Kamara, 1-2 with the midfielder Kamara, then out to Stevenson, right hand side of the box, sends the ball in, Moller with a header, and it's just wide of the post. Dundee United with their tails up, they lead Rangers by a 1-0.
They sniff blood, don't they? And I mean, it's just that direct approach, because they know Rangers are shaky at the back, and you see that with the first goal, though it was expertly taken, and then they're just playing basic football, getting it wide, getting deliveries into the box. Moller missed the first header back in, and then Kamara picks up, he does brilliantly to play it wide again, and then another cross in, and Mola gets a connection. This time it is narrowly wide, so all United just now.
Daizen Maeda has put Celtic 1-0 up after 11 minutes against Dundee, so it is Celtic 1 and Dundee 0, which will delight the Dundee United fans listening and add further misery to the Rangers fans listening, as Will Ferry gives it to Christian Kerestes. Esselink, brilliant switch to Stevenson. They're finding him all the time here. He's down the right hand side of the box. He's beaten Magoma to the ball, and then he goes down, and the referee is given the free kick as well. Magoma penalised, and look at Stevenson. He's just popping up on that right hand side, getting on the ball at will, really.
As I said, I'm enjoying watching the game because Rangers had a lot of possession, keeping it patient, passing it quickly, trying to get runs. And then United are completely different. They're just going, when they get it, we're just hitting direct, whether it's channels, whether it's up to the big striker Mola, getting into wide areas, trying to get crosses in.
Free kick right on the byline to Dundee United. It's about 7 yards in from the corner flag. So it is Will Ferry with the left foot. And here he comes, hoists it right to the back post. It's over everyone. It's poor from the United captain as Muller goes after it. Barron's won it and then hacks it up the line, but goes out for a throw, and he didn't have much room to work with there, Conor Barron.
They see something around that back area. That's 2 corners Ferry's hit, and then even the free kick, they're just trying to put it in there. I think Barron at the back, and we've seen Danilo at the back post. They've definitely targeted that area.
Absolutely, as Ferry throws it into Kamara, and that's a bit too much on that pass for Fata, although Kamara might argue he wasn't on his toes there, as Danilo chests the throw in. It is Dundee United 1, Rangers 0 after 14 and a half minutes at Tannadice. Zach Sapsford's brilliant individual goal, surging down the right and leaving Fernandes for dead, and clipping it over Butland into the far corner. Can Rangers find a response? It's been all United since the goal, and that's better as they work it out to Bayrami. He's into the box, takes on the right foot, low shot blocked, and Kerestes will, I thought, prevent the corner, but he's ended up kind of putting it out for a corner. The throw-in was an option there.
That was another shank. You've seen Giga doing it, and then Kerestes, you think, just hook up the pitch or put it into touch about the halfway line, and he just kicks it straight out for a corner. Better for Rangers though, fed into Danilo, that nice positive passing, and then Danilo feeding it down the wing, but they can't force anything but a corner. Bayrami cutting in, trying the shot.
It is Tavernier ready to deliver this corner. United 1, Rangers 0. Here it comes, in swinger to the near post, and Kerestes got something on that, headed back down and in, and cleared away down the pitch. Butland has to come all the way out to the edge of the centre circle to retrieve it, takes a touch, diagonal pass out wide, headed down to Bayrami. Bayrami's going to send it in from deep on the right foot. It's bouncing, Miovski takes a toe on it, brilliant save, Richards. And that's the Bojan Miovski that Rangers are looking for, getting between the posts and getting something on it. Couldn't send it beyond the goalkeeper though. Stays 1-0 United.
Yeah, just even, I don't know if he flicked it too straight at him or got too much of contact. Probably a sclaff would have been better. Brilliant from Bayrami, cuts in, just an in-swinging ball, and Miovski's on it. You think, just keep it down, sclaff it, do anything, you'll put it in the net, but he pokes it and it goes straight to Roberts. But a good save though.
Here is Miovski, gives it to Gassama, playing on the right hand side. Good foot in from Will Ferry, and then Kamara popping up to win the ball as Ferry stumbled, and then Esselink out of defence, but it's all the way through to the Rangers back line now. Nasser Giga out to Tavernier in front of the dugouts, plays it to Gassama, lets it run across his body, and now he's surging away from Ferry. Then a little flick back inside, low ball, and it's not really dealt with convincingly by Esselink, but there's no one from Rangers there to put pressure on as Chevet eventually clears. Now it's Tavernier, edge of the box, goes for goal, comfortable for Richards. United 1, Rangers 0.
You get the feeling we've got a game. I mean, it's high tempo stuff, 2 different styles, but there's chances galore. United with 2 or 3, Rangers now creating, and but just can't fashion out a real good. Well, they did fashion one out. For me, Miovski should score, but really good so far in terms of intensity, tempo, and opportunities in the game.
Raskan to Miovski, and then Barron up to Tavernier, just over halfway. into Miofsky and Tavernier. Tavernier, and camera gets a toe in it, but then Barron to Miofsky, and Esselink to the rescue on the edge of the box for Dundee United. Good challenge on Bojan Miofsky, and Amar Fata runs it out for a Rangers throw in front of the dugouts. And as Billy says, it's a really intense start here, and crucially for Dundee United, they've broken the streak of falling behind. Megoma, Bayrami, poor touch, and Sapsford and Stevenson have won it, and it is Sapsford in the right again. This time he's crowded out by two Rangers players. It goes to Fernandez. Now Raskan, who's kind of dropping in there to try and make things happen, as Tavernier collects, gives it to Gassama on the touchline. Gassama with Ferry in front. Gassama across to the centre circle with his pass to Fernandez. Now Megoma. Now it's Bayrami. Bayrami fires it into Miofsky, edge of the box, and it's a heavy touch. And there's a foot in from United, but Bayrami picks up the loose ball and gives it to Megoma. Back to Bayrami. Left hand side of the box, and he's given it to Megoma. Drives it across. Oh, that was going straight to Bojan Miofsky, but for a brilliant challenge from Yuri Jovu, who turns it behind for the corner.
Could have gone anywhere, Jovu, at that front area, but you have to say Rangers really good play again. They're pinning United back. United look nervous, shaky. I mean, some of the passing's been crisp from Rangers, and Bayrami, they get in behind Megoma, blasts it across, and Jovu somehow gets over the crossbar.
Dundee United 1, Rangers 0, 19 minutes played. As Rangers get ready to take another corner.
Danilo free back area, Thomas.
Yeah, he is. Good spot, unmarked. I know you like your set pieces, Billy.
I saw it the one before, and I thought it hit back area, they had it front.
Here it comes, and it's going to the back area, and it's a good challenge up from Giga. Sapsford, or Esselink, sorry, with a blown tear in there, just doing enough, and it kind of comes off his back almost. It goes wide for another corner.
Yeah, I think if they can get a couple shoving the back area in where the United zone is, I think they'll get a bit of joy with Danilo around the back if they can hit an in-swinger. But Tavernier coming the other side now is obviously going to hit an out-swinger.
Yeah, Rangers have got the second most goals from corners in the league this season, behind Hearts. It's 5 in total. Hired a new set piece coach as well, Scott Fry. As Tavernier raises the right arm, the referee seems happy enough. Here comes Tavernier, outswinger this time, and there's a fall in the middle of the box that bounces down into the ground and turned over the top of the bar by Jovu.
Raskan's run, the header, we've seen him hit that area before, the outswinger right there. He's probably not got it, just headed into the ground too much.
Yeah, he's got a great leap on him, Nico Raskan, as James Tavernier prepares to deliver once more from this near side. And Tavernier, another outswinger, he goes short to Gassama. Gassama onto the right foot, into the box, and Giga puts out a leg, and it goes up into the air, and it drops under Sapsford, who forces it away, but Rangers have it through Barron in the centre circle. When he slipped slightly there, Barron, as he turned, managed to hold on to the ball, and now it's Gassama back to Giga. Giga into a little gap for Bayrami, and then Tavernier on the touchline. Tavernier looking for Miofsky just inside the box. It's intercepted, but Tavernier has it back. Now it's Gassama. Gassama, and there's a trip there on Bayrami, and Rangers with the free kick, right hand side of the area.
Yeah, really good again. Their movement's good, speedy passing's good. Obviously they find themselves a goal down. You can't see United keep a clean sheet if they keep on playing in this manner, because everything's desperate then. It's not right, okay, we'll intercept a cut out or a pass and then we'll make a pass. They're just booting it clear and Rangers come again.
Tavernier, and Gassama is again offering a shorter option here. As Jim Goodwin issues some instructions on the touchline. United defending their leads, 22 minutes gone. Here comes Tavernier's one, and it's straight into the keeper, who punches it away. Barron on the volley, blocked by Kamara. Here's Megoma, who's lining one up from distance. Oh, what a goal! Oh, that's a stunner from Jayden Megoma from 25 yards plus. Drives it with the left foot beyond Richards, and it's United 1, Rangers 1.
It was coming, you could feel it. I mean, there were so many opportunities, and playing well in the final third, but it's taken something a bit special to beat Roberts from there, Richard, sorry. From there, he's once it's broken out, I mean, Tavernier swings in, it's punch clear, but when it comes to Barron, he fires it in, it comes back to Magoma, and my word, that's 30 yards, that is a ping and a half, because it is like a laser right into the far corner. The Rangers are level.
What a hit that was. First Rangers goal for Jayden Magoma, and one he will remember for the rest of his life. Drives it. Richards has no chance as Ferry now collects for United. It's been a breathless game, this. Engrossing stuff after a quarter of this match gone. United 1, Rangers 1.
2 brilliant goals as well, Thomas.
Absolutely. Watch them on Sportscene tonight. BBC One Scotland 20-11 start on iPlayer and available at the website as well. As the rest of the goals from around the country. The only other goal I told you about earlier, Celtic 1, Dundee 0, Dyson Maeda after 11 minutes. Ferry's throw into the Rangers box. Miofsky's back, heads it to Kamara, who hits it from distance. Oh, it went up and then down, and Butland in the end saves it comfortably. And now Rangers are countering by Rami on the left of the box. Corner of the area, right foot blocked by Stevenson. Drops for Gassama, who helps it through the air to Raskan, but Ferry got there first. And then Ferry's won it off Tavernier, and Tavernier is having to get back as Ferry lays it to Kamara on halfway, and then he's hit it into the referee, or was it Ferry? The referee's not stopped the play. It must have come off a United player, as Miofsky is felled just over halfway. He takes the free kick quickly, and it's fired to Danilo. Danilo carries forward out towards the far side. Magoma, the goal scorer, curls the ball in. Miofsky goes up, it bounces. Gassama misjudged it, and it spins away for Kamara to collect on this near side. Kamara up the line to Amar Fata, takes it in the field and then pings a attempted switch of play out for Satsford, but it goes well beyond, and Butland will collect.
Going back to Kamara, I mean, there's 2 special goals. That one would have beaten the lot of them, because he catches it from about 30 yards on the volley, but it doesn't beat Butland. He's always got it covered. What I would say about United is Danilo's causing a problem, because they're a back 5 and they're a flat 4 with one and Muller up front, but Danilo's finding the space in between. There's none of the back 5 jumping out to him, and he's finding a lot of space in between the back 5 and the midfield 4.
Kamara's won it in midfield and then meets Nico Raskan. It deflects out for Fata, and Tavernier's to play it out for a United throw-in well into Rangers territory. There has been a noticeable uptick in the intensity from Rangers from the weekend in terms of getting the ball forward, as United's ready themselves to take another long throw. Ferry drawing the ball on the tangerine and black striped jersey, as here he comes, flings it into the near post area. It's won by Miofsky and then hooked further down the field by Bayrami, but a free kick is given in Rangers' favour. Dundee United 1, Rangers 1, and it's been an engrossing first 26 minutes, and Rangers managed to get back into this game. Butland clips it towards Miofsky. Hesselink's come a long way, flick on, but Carestes is beaten Gassama to that, bounces for Raskan in midfield, and then he's slides the pass in behind for Gassama into the box, goes on the outside of Hesselink, then checks back and then slides it to the edge of the box for Barron. Oh, he sends it over the top. Good football from Rangers. Conor Barron, not known for his goal scoring exploits, and sends it just over the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, he's just got to concentrate and keep it down, but it all came from what I was saying, that it's got to happen more, where Carestes goes short with Miofsky, and they've got to jump a few times, and they've got to go tight with Danilo, because they're playing a back 5. They can't just have 5 there playing against the one striker. But when they jumped on that occasion, Gassama peels down the side of the other centre back, and then he cuts back and he rolls it back to Barron, and he hits a good strike, but if he keeps it down he probably scores. But brilliant stuff.
Dave Richards' goal kick into Rangers half, won by Rami, and Raskan, I beg your pardon, he's got a brilliant leap on him, gets up there really well, scored goals to prove it as well. Conor Barron, that effort over the top, yet to score for Rangers. He only managed 2 for Aberdeen, although one of them was an absolute beauty away at St Mirren from about 30 yards out, as Sapsford goes down over on the far side looking for a free kick, not going to get it, and Rangers play on. The referee has stopped play, much to the ire of the visiting fans. I think it's a head knock here for Stevenson. It is, as he challenged for the ball with Jaden Magoma, Billy.
He wanted a free kick. It was just a slap. I think it is a free kick because he just slapped him in the face. Referee's not giving it. But when you see why he stopped it is because it's a head knock. But for me, it was a free kick to United.
Yeah, we just saw the replay there. He puts his arm out to try and stop him. He just catches him right in the face. Referee obviously didn't spot it. And on we go, Rangers carrying it out from the back, and the ball over the top looking for Danilo. Jovu is going to shield it back to Richards. So 28 on the clock. Dundee United 1, Rangers 1. Sapsford after 11 minutes, and Magoma 12 minutes later rifling in a superb strike after Sapsford's tremendous solo effort as Danilo rolls it into the centre circle for Raskin. Brilliant challenge for the Belgian, but then he's lost out to Chevet. Fata, oh what a turn that is from Amar Fata away from Tavernier and Raskin, and he's still going down the left hand side of the box. He's left Tavernier for dead. He gets it to the byline. Amar Fata, and Butler has to parry into the 6-yard box where there's no one in a United jersey to try and get a tap in there. It remains 1-1.
Wow, what a run. I mean, he's got some pace, this lad. Away from Tavernier and then away from Raskin, and he just knocks it back inside Tavernier again. And then I think he tries to cut it back. His head's up, he's looking for it, he just can't find Mola, and he hits it too straight at Butler, who gathers it at the second attempt. Some great stuff again.
Well, Muller's in a bit of a he's very at the near post. Muller, you're kind of thinking for your central striker, just getting between the posts there, as Sapsford turns and tries to send it down the line for Stevenson this time. The reverse of what happened for the goal, but it's blocked by Rangers. Now it's Bayrami coming in off the left, and then the overlapping run from Danilo up against Esselink, edge of the box for Bayrami. Bayrami turns and lays it to Magoma, dummies the cross. Bayrami tried to return it to Magoma, blocked by Sapsford. Now it's Fernandez has been robbed, and Muller is striding over halfway. He's got no support, and Bayrami gets back and plays it out for the throw-in. He's wanting a free kick. He isn't going to get one. It's going to be a Dundee United throw-in. That's
good pace, good recovery. I think he was clipped. Bayrami, he's not happy with the linesman because he's right in front of him, but brilliant defensive work from Bayrami because Mola was away and gone, but he caught him, got a touch, looked as if he was going to get a free kick but doesn't. But it all started with Fernandez again. He's having a hard time tonight, maybe the ball away. Yes.
Yeah, maybe the officials evening it up over on that far side after the the missed free kick. Now potentially a missed free kick for Rangers as well. Anyway, so United throw in just short of the box. Goes back the way to Jovu. Now Kamara back to Esselink, and then Kerestej down the side of into the box for Ferry to chase it. Tavernier's not going to get there. It does get there to block it, as Ferry tried to send it into the box. Does look like he's lost a bit of pace at times, James Tavernier.
Yeah, but I also thought it was overhit. I thought you might have thought the same when he plays the ball, Kerestez, and he's after it. Ferry, I'm thinking, oh, you're struggling to get that, but he does, to be fair to him, and Tavernier does well to get back, but a really good pass from Kerestez.
Amar Fata is going to take this corner.
Back area again.
Yeah, we're queuing up round there. We've got Esselink just about the penalty spot, and the rest of them at the back post. And it's Amar Fata who sends it to the back post. Stevenson comes in from deep and he gets his forehead on it, sends it into the shed end, and it remains Dundee United 1, Rangers 1.
Yeah, he's coming with a late run. He starts edge of the box, and the big ones kind of go in and sort of not block but just shove the zones in, and then leaves it for Stevenson with the late run. He gets his head on it, but Rangers do enough to get it over the crossbar.
Goal kick to Rangers. We've had 2 goals here, one at Celtic Park with Celtic in front, goalless elsewhere around the country. Hibs and Livingston, the only sides not in action tonight after they brought forward their game a couple of weekends ago. Their feet up as Giga plays it to Fernandez. Fernandez back to Jack Butland. Butland controls and rolls it with the studs. He's awaiting some movement, gets it from Raskin, who's right between the Dundee United midfield, turns, and then it's a poor pass. And now it's Muller to Kerestej, and floats one to Sapsford. Flag stays down for now, up to the edge of the box. His pass through is blocked by Raskan, and eventually the flag goes up for offside against Sapsford.
Yeah, tighter than what I thought. I mean, everybody thinks he's miles offside, but when he's clipped, it's maybe just half a yard. But he is offside. Good decision. But you can see how United are trying to be direct to get through this Rangers defence.
2021, the last time Rangers lost to Dundee United. That was here at Tannadice. Jamie Robson with a goal. 1-0 victory as Miofsky lays it to Raskan. Doesn't find him, but does find Bayrami, who then fizzes the pass into Barron. Barron into Gassama, who's in the centre of midfield at the moment. And Danilo takes it on the turn, and then gives it away. And now it's Fata, and it's 3-on-2 here for United if they can make the most of this. Good feet from Fata, and then he's passed it straight to Fernandez. And that's a poor choice of pass. I can see Jim Goodwin's furious at that.
Yeah, I mean, this is what this game's going to be all about. Rangers' movement's really good. When they get Miofsky going short, they have got runners, boy. Whether it's Barron, whether it's Nico Raskan, whether it's Tavernier, Migoma, Bayrami for that side. But if they lose it, counter-attacks on, and on that occasion 3v2, if he could have just put the pass behind Fernandez Fata, I'm sure Sapsford was in.
He's got so much space to hit, and he just passes it literally straight to the man.
He tried to go in front of him, Thomas.
And here's Barron, and Danilo, a brilliant challenge from Stevenson just to take off the toe of Danilo on the edge of the box. And now Kamara, and he's looking for the run of Sapsford again. This time Migoma reads it well and slides in and knocks it out for a throw-in on the far side.
It's chess. You're hanging in, you're going to counter-attack, and they do that. I mean, Rangers nearly feed it through, suddenly they cut it out, and Sapsford's gone, and it's last ditch from Migoma. He's down that right channel where he scored from. Brilliant stuff.
Throwing in halfway, goes back to Bert Esselink, the Dutchman. Christian Kerestes now for Kamara. He just has so many involvements in a game, whether it's picking up passes, driving forward, tackles, and now it's Fata, who's edge of the box, unchallenged, low strike, Butland saves. It was an easy one for him in the end, but how much room did Amar Fata get there to get his strike away?
I think it's his pace, though, to be fair to him. I mean, he's so direct, and then Rangers just open up. Ziga's got to do more, and he doesn't get a strike. If he gets a bit more than a strike with a bit of curl towards Rangers or Jack Butland's left hand post, I think he scores. But brilliant play again, that counter attack, what we were just speaking about.
Yeah, Fata, like Kamara, he's like one of these players who got a really kind of lanky frame, and they cover the ground so quickly. They don't look like they're quick, but the two of them have been really effective so far. As Kamara drops in, Kerestes wanted that, and Kamara's won it instead as it breaks for Stevenson. Dundee United over on the far side. He takes it over halfway, pursued by Bayrami, has to turn and goes back to Vichko Chave, and then Bert Esselink as we enter the final 10 minutes of the first half, plus stoppage time of course, as Fata takes it on the turn. Barron with a really good bit of defending to slide in, but it breaks for Nikolai Muller, and it's forced back to Christian Kerestes with a poor touch, and he's got plenty of time to recover the situation. Oh, and Esselink with an underhit pass as well, and it's a sort of nervous moment that can just unsettle a team. A couple of them there,
both defensive. I'm sure you agree with me, look a wee bit fragile.
Yes, I would say so. I think Esselink and Kerestes just switching off there for a second, I think, because they had so much room as Sapsford sends one in behind, and it's Migoma who picks up, and Butland controls. And it's a really important time of the season, this, because the games come so quickly that if you go on a good run you can really get yourself into a strong position, and the flip side is if you don't, you can be in real trouble. Dundee United started the night in 8th place as Migoma crosses it into the box. It's overhit. Ferry controls it, or tried to control it, but he's ended up putting it out for a corner kick, which he probably didn't have to concede. It was a wee bit difficult for him.
It's a tough one though, but the move started from Jack Butland clipping into Miofsky, and if the back five want to stay flat, they're in trouble. There's nobody getting in there with him, putting pressure on him. He's laid it off. Then they've got the runners, what I was talking about earlier. Cross comes in and Ferry tries to deal with it. He's thinking about heading him, but takes the touch, gives away the corner.
Tavernier is the taker for Rangers. JD Gassama offering a short option as Migoma goes back to the halfway line. Tavernier, it's a low one, pulled back towards the penalty spot, strike away, blocked and it deflects back out to Tavernier's going to send it back in. Esselink with a header. Raskan scampers after it. Raskan curls it in, and it's to nobody. It's overhit, bounces behind for a goal kick. It is Dundee United 1, Rangers 1 as we approach 38 on the clock. It remains Celtic 1, Dundee 0, and then goalless between Falkirk, Motherwell, Hearts, Kilmarnock and Aberdeen and St Mirren. So it's not been a rich night for goals so far. This has been the place to be. It's been an engrossing watch, a goal each, chances at both ends you would have to say. Rangers with far more verve about them tonight than they did against Falkirk on Saturday. Dundee United likewise, in what was a scrappy game at Rugby Park. I was there, and the pitch doesn't help. It was freezing cold, and it was a bit of an uninspiring watch as United took a point away. Still just one win in 8 Premiership matches though, as Butland sends it to the halfway line, won by Esselink, who nods it into the centre of the pitch, and Kamara goes after it, gets something on it, and then this time he loses out on the run to Bayrami. Bayrami's got Gassama in behind, but it's a poor pass as Carestes picks it off easily. Now it's with Ferry. Ferry tried to play off Bayrami there, I think, didn't manage it, has it back though, given away by Rangers, and then Barron runs into Ferry, won it back, good aggressive play from Barron. Now it's Bayrami, Miofsky's made the run, he's found him. Miofsky right hand side of the box, controls it onto the left foot, sends it to the edge of the area. Magoma urged to shoot, he's already scored one screamer, this time he lays it to Danilo. Danilo onto the right foot, he's sold the dummy, then gets the strike away, blocked by Jovu. And now Muller's dropped in and lays it off to Sapsford. The counter-attack's on. Sapsford curls one over to the other side, and Amar Fatah suddenly one-on-one with Tavernier. If he can take a good touch, which he doesn't manage, it allows Tavernier to slide in and knock it out for the throw-in.
I can't believe there's just over 5 minutes to go to half time. It has flown past, and it is that possession based, trying to build quick passing, direct passing from Rangers that threatened so many times, but they have got to be so wary of that counter attack. And it was on again, it was just an overhit pass that Tavernier has to clear, but I've loved the first half.
Yeah, it's a really good watch as Will Ferry throws it to the feet of Christian Carestes, the Hungarian, and goes back to Esselink. Esselink switches it out to Stevenson. It's a wonderful pass from Esselink. Stevenson on the chest, drills the low cross in, it comes off Fernandez. Sapser will go after it. That's brilliant play from Magoma to prevent the corner, and he's ended up in the stand just about. Superb defending though, because that was going for a United corner, and now some of the away fans get frustrated. Rangers are holding on to the ball without doing much, goes forward, and then Esselink stoops the head, and that's back with Jayden Magoma, and now Nico Raskan. Fernandez will be rather grateful for his partner on the left hand side of the fence after he was left for dead by Zach Sapsford for that Dundee United goal, as Giga is closed down by Fatah, gets the pass away, and Jack Butland rolls it with his studs. Butland sends it to halfway. Kamara's there again, bounces on the turf. Sapsford controls with the chest, and he looks like he was pulled down there. Referee disagrees, and now Rangers can counter. Gassama up against Christian Carestes, and he goes on the outside and he has his heels clipped, and that is a free kick, and it is a yellow card for Christian Carestes, and a free kick to Rangers in a rather handy position.
Yeah, it was really good play. I thought there might have been a foul against Sapsford, but they got away with it, and then they just, as they've been doing all night, that positive passing as quickly as they can. Bayrami finding Gassama, and he's at Carestes, and he has to bring him down because he's like going down the edge of the box, but maybe going to cut in and get an effort at goal.
Gassama, a bit like a player we saw at the start of the season tonight in terms of his willingness to just drive at players and make runs into space.
I think it's so open, Thomas, that he has to. There's no other option. He's getting it, and he's faced up with a 1-on-1 situation. Get at him.
Tavernier is going to take this free kick. It's just towards the right corner of the box, about 25 yards out, and the Rangers captain is ready. Whips one to the back post, flicked away by United to the edge of the area. Kamara gets a head on it, bounces for Bayrami. Bayrami back to Magoma. Now Tavernier under a bit of pressure from Kamara. That's brilliant from Tavernier to go round him, and then the pass is a shocker. It was shoulder high to Gassama and goes out for a throw in.
A few shanks tonight. I mean, it's brilliant play from him, because if he loses it there, United probably score, even though it's centre circle. But he steps in between two United players and he does the hard bit easily and brilliantly, and then he just fires it right out of play.
Yeah, there was a lot of that on Saturday, I have to say, as well. In the game I was at, Dundee United come Harnett, as I mentioned.
But you're enjoying this one, whole different ball game.
Yeah, this is a really good watch. Rangers playing with far more intensity, and United carrying a real threat on the counter as Tavernier goes to take this throw in, having United having not managed to retain possession from their throw in, as Giga goes square to Fernandes. Fernandes controls and leaves it for Raskin in the centre circle. Raskin to Tavernier. Big year for Nico Raskin. He's making an impression with the Belgian national team. Will be desperate to go to the World Cup, as Miovski lays it to Barron. And Danilo, good one-touch play from Rangers, but that's poor from Danilo, looking for Bayrami.
But you see the positions he's taking up, they can't handle him, and Raskin's gone deep that time. Barron's gone forward. I mean, the movement's really good, but the problem is if they lose it and they're suspect, and there's a chance it could get done in the break.
Yeah, it's that balance we were speaking about with Danny Rule before the game, because they've tightened up a bit, been getting results, albeit home draw against Falkirk not good enough, but it's that, how much do you release the handbrake?
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you. It's like as if we have to play quicker football. We can't let teams sit in on us. We need forward runs, we need runs off the ball, we need speedy passing, but that leaves them vulnerable at the back, and that's exactly the way this game's played out.
It's up the line for Zach Sapsford. Sapsford plays it off Magoma, and it is out for a throw-in. Sapsford did detect a little limp there from the Australian. Looks like he's moving a wee bit gingerly for United over on the far side, and we're about to hit minute 45 on the clock, so we'll see how much added time is forthcoming from the officials. Not been a great deal of stoppages, I have to say, as Esselink tries to find Stevenson. Magoma gets up and heads it out for a throw-in. United will accept the territory gain there. It is 1-1, and we're just getting the 1 minute of added time from the fourth official, so it won't be too long till the break. And United, having hit the front for the first time in 9 league games, being pegged back as Sapsford controls the throw in, gets the byline, not much room, crosses it, and it's uncertain for Fernandes, helps it on though, and the Rangers eventually get it up the pitch slightly. Carestes into Muller, and then Chevet, a poor pass for Camara, and it's back with Magoma now for Rangers. Barron, and Gassama's wanting it played, and Barron eventually does play it. Not much backlift in that, but he's driven a really sweet pass, and Gassama has his head in his hands because his touch wasn't good enough, and it goes out for a throw into United, who I think at this stage get down the tunnel 1-1. As Christian Carestes plays it down the line to Ferry. I had time there, Will Ferry. There is the half-time whistle. That brings to an end a thoroughly entertaining game at Tannadice. Dundee United took the lead in a game for the first time in 9, and it was a beauty. Zach Sapsford played in down the right. He took it from almost the halfway line into the Rangers box and clipped the ball over Jack Butland into the far corner. United had another chance to go 2-0 up not long after when Muller headed wide Stevenson's cross, but Rangers came rolling back, and they have been brighter in attack than we saw at the weekend. And what a strike it was from Jayden Magoma to bring them level. 30 yards out nearly, on the left foot, lasered it into the corner. Dave Richards had no chance. It is an engrossing watch. Rangers playing some slick stuff at times, United carrying a threat on the break, and you feel there are more goals in it. Half time though at Tannadice, it's Dundee United 1, Rangers 1.
Graham Samuels emerges with it, finds Danda. It's all very tight down here in this near side. Wesley trying to desperately to get it clear, and eventually he wins the throw-in off McCowan. Dundee throwing level with their own 6-yard line on this near side. Yeah. Celtic 1, Dundee 0.
It's the one position that Celtic have failed to get somebody into the club they can play on the right hand side. They've tried Negrin out there, who's not a winger. They've obviously Forrest is getting a little older, and I don't think he's even on the bench today. Is he injured? and that's a position that they have to go and find a solution to. And McCowan's out there. He's not really a winger. Also likes to drift inside.
Yeah, they desperately need that injection on this right hand side, don't they? As Scales picks up, it's a loopy ball. Look at Tierney, it's going over the head there as he pitched it out to that far side. It sails over Tierney's head, and that will be a throw in. It is half time at Pittodrie. It is Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 0.
Not Liam Scales' best night tonight in the first half. I've got to say, a couple of passes, that header back, yeah, he's played. He's been so consistent all season, and last season too. But tonight's just off it a little bit.
Yeah, and he got away with that short pass back to Schmeichel. It was a kind of header back to Schmeichel, which Murray latched onto. I'm not sure if the goalkeeper got a touch to it, Pat, but it certainly came crashing off the bar. As McCowan gets it from Trusty on the near side. We've now played 3.5 of the 5 that were added. And it's Scales over on the far side to Tierney. Tierney down the line, left hand side of the box. Hitati chases it. Will he get there to the byline? He does. He chips it across and is put behind for the corner by Samuels. Desperate for a big striker to stick the head on that, put it into the empty net. It stays 1-0, but Dundee haven't escaped yet. Celtic take the quick corner. Donovan to McCowan, now to McGregor, to Engels on the right, looking for Donovan. He's got time to pick out a pass here into the box. It comes headed away by Graham and then lashed clear by Jan Danda all the way through to Schmeichel.
Yeah, you were right there. Maybe a big centre forward, or normally in the old days it was always 2 strikers, one going to the near post, one going to the back post.
To the edge of the box, rolls it into the area low, looking for Maida. It's cut out by Astley. Now it's McGregor, short to Hitati, forward to Yang at the edge of the area, looking for space to shoot. It is Yang, but he delayed, and Danda gets onto it, but he gives it away now. And it's Arne Engels, back to McGregor. Dundee trying to get in the break, just the one down here, closing seconds of the first half. Engels to McGregor, square to Trusty, to his left is Scales. Everyone bar Schmeichel is ensconced in the Dundee half. Here's Donovan to Engels at the edge of the box. His ball in, takes a deflection and comes right through to McCracken, though the Celtic fans claim make him off an arm. And it's back in the hands of John McCracken. And I think that will be that. Indeed, there is the half-time whistle. Celtic with the lead. Daisen Maida's 6th of the season on the rebound from Yang, but Dundee so close to an equaliser as we ebb towards half-time. Scales was short with the ball back to Schmeichel. Murray was onto it quickly and he clipped it towards goal. Over Schmeichel it went. It bounced off the crossbar. On the rebound, Congreve's deflected effort was saved by the Danish keeper, and that means at half-time, under the lights at Celtic Park, as it stands, Celtic going level on points with the league leaders' Hearts. It is Celtic 1, Dundee 0.
Football from Sports Sound
on BBC Radio Scotland.
With Scottish football flying high on the world stage, 3 teams are on the hunt for European glory.
In on the right foot, brilliant shot, brilliant goal!
Sports Sound brings you live commentary from the Europa League as Rangers take on Ferencvaros.
JD Gassama to spark Rangers into life.
And Celtic host Roma.
Top of the goalkeeper,
Plus live coverage of the Conference League as the Dons take on Strasbourg at Pittodrie.
Aberdeen right back into this.
European football on Sports Sound, where Europe comes to play. Thursday 11th of December. Listen on digital radio or ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Scotland.
So that is a week tomorrow, the live European action. This evening it is live Premiership action from right across the country. Half times, Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 0, Celtic 1, Dundee 1, Dundee United 1, Celtic 1, Dundee 0, Dundee United 1, Rangers 1, Falkirk 0, Motherwell 0, and Heart of Midlothian 0, Kilmarnock 0. Let's start with the game at Tannadice then. Dundee United against Rangers, being watched by our commentary team of Billy Dodds and Thomas Duncan.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely brilliant watch, Richard, it really has, and 2 absolutely fantastic goals, one for either side. The first from Zach Sapsford after 11 minutes for Dundee United, who managed to take the lead for the first time in 9 league games, and it was a beauty. He got played in down the right hand side, on the far side by Lucas Stevenson, and he just turned off the afterburners, surged all the way into the box. I have to say, Emmanuel Fernandez was jogging slightly. He perhaps could have put in more of a shift to try and get back, but Sapsford took full advantage, raced into the box and clips it over Butlands into the far corner, and United at that point had their tails up. They could have gone 2 up. Stevenson again down the right hand side with a great cross for Nikolai Muller, but his header just drifted wide of the post. But Rangers, I have to say, despite that, have played a lot better than they did on Saturday. There's been a lot more movement, a lot more urgency, and they did create chances. One, Miofsky forced a save from Richard inside the penalty area just before Jayden Magoma found a brilliant equaliser. It's his first Rangers goal, and he probably won't score a better one. He's nearly 30 yards out on the left foot, and he just lasers it into the far corner to draw Rangers level. And Billy Dodds, it's been a fascinating watch, and you've been describing the kind of tactical battle that's going on.
I mean, two contrasting styles. That first 45 minutes has absolutely flown past Thomas. Loads of chances, but Rangers with a style of play tonight where it's forward passing so quickly. If the striker drops in, they've got midfield runners going beyond. It's been electric from them. They've pinned United back for long spells, but my word, the other side to the story is the way United have broken and counter-attacked them. They have been so dangerous. Their direct play, I mean, just switches of play, getting it wide up to the striker and hitting Rangers in the break, because they are playing so many people forward. Rangers, it's leaving them vulnerable at the back, and that's why Satford scored a brilliant goal, just direct and left Fernandez for dead. Dinked the goalkeeper, brilliant finish, and then Magoma bettered it with his strike. But all in all, a first 45 minutes, and you said the word fascinating. It has been absolutely brilliant to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, Richard. I think there'll be more goals in this one, but maybe that's the famous commentator's curse. Half time, Dundee United 1, Rangers 1.
Live second half commentary online, bbc.co.uk/Sports Scotland. Radio Scotland Extra 810 medium wave, the place for the match at Tynecastle. Heart of Midlothian against Kilmarnock with Ryan Stevenson and Cerdine Idsan.
No goals here, and maybe not the match that we were necessarily expecting, but Kilmarnock will be absolutely delighted with the way things have panned out here, maybe with one notable exception. They might well feel that they should be ahead. What a chance James Brown missed about 7 minutes before the break. Greg Kilty's shot was well saved by Alexander Shvolov, and it popped back to the advancing right wing back, and instead of stabbing it towards the top corner, he watched in agony as it went just beyond that. Wonderful chance for Kilmarnock, who up until that point had been really well organised, superb shape, defensively strong, disciplined, and had really coped pretty admirably with everything that Hearts had thrown at them. Lots of possession for Hearts, 70% of it. They had 24 touches in the Kilmarnock box, but in terms of shots on target, just the one from Hearts, and the one kind of glaring chance that they missed fell to Pierre-Landry Kabori, and it was a ball that came across. The goalkeeper completely missed it, Oluwayemi, and I think it just caught Kabori by surprise. He couldn't get his feet sorted out, because if he could have, he would have had a tap into an empty net. So both sides might well feel that they should have scored and could and should be ahead, but it's 0-0 here at Tynecastle.
Cerdine, thank you very much indeed. Let's find out about the game at Pittodrie. Aberdeen St Mirren from Willie Miller.
Yeah, enterprising and energetic, I would suggest, from both sides, but Aberdeen certainly have had the better of it. It's the best I've seen them play for quite some time, particularly in the attack in the last day, the final third of the pitch. Armstrong has been elegant, just glides across the ground. Keskinen has been productive, very direct, and even Kevin Nisbet has been looking more like himself. First chance came to Keskinen about 23 yards out after some delightful play down the left hand side, some slick passing, and Keskinen gets a head up. Doesn't normally do that, but he did in this occasion. He's so unlucky to see it coming off the far post, but the chance wasn't over. It fell to Loban in the right hand side, and he crossed one into the box, and how it was missed, how the header was missed by Auchiche, I don't know. I think he maybe saw it late and he just reacted to it right into the arms of the goalkeeper. When he put it either side, he's only 6 yards out, he's got to score. So great chance for Aberdeen. Kevin Nisbet had a volley from a corner. Stuart Armstrong looked like it was off the training field, but it was an unusual one, high looping cross to the back post. Kevin Nisbet taking it on the volley and just seeing it whiz by the far post. Listen, St Mirren were always a threat. Mandron had a shot that was blocked. Jack Milne has been great at the heart of the defence again, always seems to be able to read it. Let himself down one occasion, he'll come to that shortly, and he blocked another one from Ayunga, but then we had Kevin Nisbet missed the chance of the game. Surely it's a lovely cross from the right hand side. Loban it was that crossed it to him. It's so difficult. He's going towards the back post, but you think he's got to get in target. In fact, he's got to score. He somehow manages it to play it back the park, which is incredible for someone of his quality. At the other end, Tanser did have the ball in the back of the net, but it looked as though it was a free kick on Mitov. It was the high looping ball from a corner. I think it barged into him. Certainly looked like that in the replay, although they did check it, and Tanser had finished it, but it wasn't given. And then Mandron had a great opportunity. And this is the thing that Jack Milne's got to learn, is that when your centre half goes up with a big tall centre half in front of you, make sure you take care of the other centre forward. And he didn't. He watched the ball, and the Mandron was in. He was too powerful with the shot. It was more direct than precise, and Mitov saved it. It's been a very good first half, very good 45 minutes. Best I've seen Aberdeen play for a while. And St Mirren were not far behind them, but unfortunately for me, as I predicted, Richard, 0-0 at half time.
Well, I'm glad you've had the excitement, albeit not the goals you were, I was going to say hoping for. You weren't even hoping for them, let's be honest. 0-0 at half time there. If you want to hear the second half live from Tannadice, Dundee United against Rangers, that will be live now online at bbc.co.uk/Sports Scotland with Billy Dodds and Thomas Duncan.
Welcome back to Tannadice. Players not yet out as we await the second half, and let's hope it's every bit as good to watch and enthralling as the first. Both sides playing their part in an entertaining game, and here come Rangers now as they look to try and get another victory that would keep a pace at the top of the table. Started the day behind Motherwell on goal difference, having played a game fewer on 22 points, get themselves up to 25 with a win. United looking to push their way back towards Falkirk, who occupied the final top 6 berth at the start of the game. Rangers back out on the pitch just now, and here come Dundee United as the Rangers players just going through some warm-ups and talking to one another. Doesn't look like there's any changes on that front, Billy Dodds, and just looking at United as well, looks similar. I guess both managers are probably happy with what they've seen to a point, and content to see how the first 10-15 minutes plays out.
Probably content, yeah, I was thinking that. What I would say is more of the same, please, Thomas, this second half. I mean, we talk about the different styles. United look really dangerous, scored one, could have had a couple more. Rangers have created maybe 5 or 6 really good chances and only taken one, so just give us more of the same, please.
Yeah, both sets of players back out. United's looking to get back into the top 6, as I mentioned. After 13 games last season, they were 4th on 20 points, 5 better off than this term, having also scored 19 goals. They got 19 thus far, well 20 now, but they conceded 7 fewer at the same stage last season and this season, so that is the big work on for them. Conceded tonight, but they've been good when they've had their moments going forward, and Amar Fata gets us back underway. United shooting down the slope at Tannadice as Muller flicks on the header, and Magoma has to hook it up and down for Barron, and then it's long from Barron. Esselink's header, Raskin goes up, great leap from the Belgian, and then Yovu kind of shanks his clearance into midfield, and Gassama's onto it. Important challenge from Ferry to force it back to David Richards and the Dundee United goal, and United in the situation with Yevhen Kucherenko, who was going to be dropped for Richards anyway after his mistakes against Falkirk for the weekend fixture against Kilmarnock, but he is out with a calf strain for a few weeks. So Rory Adams, the youngster who was on loan at East Fife, is back as second choice. So United only another injury away in the goalkeeping department from a bit of hot water, but Richards I'm not sure. We were having a look at it. I'm not sure if he could have done better with Magoma's goalie. Maybe he dives late, but does come through a lot of bodies.
I'm
so
being hypercritical, but I think he moves late. I think he sees it late, but maybe if he goes all out and moves when the ball's first struck, because I think he does see it, he might have got closer to it. I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah, 1-0 as Richards sends it forwards and headed forward by Rangers. Carestes into Kamara and then back to Esselink. He's looking for Stevenson. He does so regularly, but it's not the best ball, and Magoma intercepts, and now it's by Rami on the left wing for Rangers, and he's threaded through a brilliant pass to Danilo, and Miofsky was completely unmarked on the other side of Esselink, but Bayrami couldn't find him with a pass, and now United are breaking here at the Rangers backline. Sapsford running at it, and then he gives it outside of the boot to Muller, who lays it to Stevenson. Stevenson stands it to the back post, not the best ball. Kamara will keep it in on the far side, and then it's good defending from Gassama to win it, and then Tavernier with a poor clearance. Chevet, and then out to the left hand side for Ferry. Low cross, towed away by Giga. Now it's Barron, Raskan, and Rangers can run forward now. Bayrami up against Yovu. Bayrami, this time he does find Miofsky. Miofsky on the edge of the box, onto the left foot. Miofsky slides it to Bayrami. Tried the curler, sliding block from Yovu, and it spins all the way down towards halfway. Rangers still with the ball. Magoma down the left to Bayrami. Bayrami cutting in the field, and he goes for a goal. A kind of knuckleball shot, and Richards palms it into the air. It comes back down. Danilo in off the ball. It's not over the line. Overhead kick from Danilo from 6 yards, and it's clattered off the crossbar. And Richards gets a reprieve there.
Yeah, I mean, it started off the same way as it finished. The start of the second half, brilliant. I mean, Bayrami should have stuck Miofsky through and gets the pass all wrong, and then Rangers create. In fact, United go on a counter-attack and the cross is poor, and then Rangers got the other side, and Bayrami tries the old knuckleball, doesn't he, and it's moving all over the place. Richards beats up in the air, and you're thinking, recover, go and get it, and he takes a wee way up, doesn't he, and that means Danilo's allowed to get to it, and his overhead kick smashes off the crossbar.
It's a really good effort from Danilo, I have to say, but yeah, Richards, you're thinking just palm that shot over the bar. Easier said than done. It's coming down quite a lot, but you've got to palm that over the bar.
Yeah, he lets Danilo bump, he's got to be strong on that. Doesn't let him go up quickly enough. Going back to Bayrami, he's got it in him. I said to him in training, he put one like that right in the top corner, and I said, I do it again. He did it again. I thought, alright, then I just walked off the training ground. But he has definitely got that. He has got movement. It's struck with venom. Richard should do better, as you say, and just palm it over the bar.
We've got a wee stoppage in play here. There's a kind of accidental collision from Chevet and Miofsky. They both went up, and Chevet came down, and then his flailing arm caught Miofsky, who was already on the ground. So it allows Jim Goodwin, he's already getting some instructions on to, that looks like Ivan Dolcek, and on the bench as they perhaps ponder a switch. As Miofsky, I think he's maybe perhaps got a cut to his head here, just got caught by the flailing arm by Beachco Chevet. So Hearts have taken the lead against Kilmarnock at Tynecastle. Lawrence Shankland with the goal. Well, I knew that because I saw a man to my right.
Yeah, but you're not getting punched by him.
Yeah, Alan Preston alongside us, providing updates on the radio as well. And it is Hearts in the lead, so they will keep their place at the top of the Premiership as it stands, with Celtic also 1-0 up. Those two sides playing in Sunday's only game at Celtic Park, live on Sportsound, of course, on BBC Radio Scotland. Highlights on Sports Scene, as well as on Saturday the other 5 games, including an 8 o'clock kickoff, Rangers against Kilmarnock, as the games come thick and fast, as they say at this time of year. And Miofsky, I think she's having to get maybe perhaps just get some Vaseline and a cut or something. He's just.
Can I take you back to your thick and fast and late? You should have added.
Yeah, it's the 8 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday night is an interesting one, isn't it? I'm not sure fans are potentially up for that, but I remember doing was it the game last season when the Great Scottish Run was on at Rangers St Johnstone at 8 o'clock on a Sunday, because the Great Scottish Run was on in Glasgow. So the game at Ibrox was at 8 o'clock. Miofsky now has a bandage on his head, by the way, if you're wondering why we're gibbering on about kick-off times. It's because Miofsky is still getting treatment here. So kind of it's a lengthy delay here as the Rangers striker gets his head bandaged up. Vichko Chevet is okay, but looks like he's going to be allowed to come back on down in front of us. He was the man who fell to the ground and caught Miofsky accidentally with his arm. So 1-1 here between Dundee United and Rangers. Sapsford's opener cancelled out by Magoma's screamer, and Miofsky is back on his feet and jogging to the sidelines. His bandage wrapped round his head and the blood on his shirt, so he's going to have to change that now as well, as he's given a spare here. And so both sides with 10 players on the pitch at the moment. Chevet has now returned. Miofsky just putting his jersey on as Dave Richards sends it long for United, who temporarily have a man advantage, headed out by Fernandez for a United throw in Rangers territory. And Miofsky is back on, and now we have Pan Camara down flat on his back in the middle of the pitch, which doesn't look good. So after an explosive first 3 minutes of the second half, it's been all stoppages.
Yeah, it was worrying. Alan Preston was pointing out to me that he just fell off the ball there.
Yeah, that's always a worry. He is sitting up now.
Moving,
he's
which is good to see.
Yeah, he's sitting up, and the physios are on, and he's getting to his feet now. Panucci Camara, Ryan Strain is ready down in front of us to come on. So that might mean obviously Stevenson going into midfield. So he's been replaced here. Pan Camara, and that's a real blow for Dundee United, because he's a huge player for them, Billy.
Oh, he was, especially in that first half, breaking things up, keep possession, feed the ball into wide areas. But his tenacity, just getting to second balls because Rangers were dominating, and he was breaking a few things up, so he'll be missed.
Jim Goodwin shakes his hand and just checks he's okay. And he's been Colossus, one of the signings of the season in the Premiership. Pan Camara for Dundee United. So Ryan Strain is on, and Stevenson into midfield for Dundee United. It is 1-1. Carestes sends it down the line for Ferry, and it's been misjudged, and Ferry cross blocked by Tavernier, who prods it to the edge of the box, and the offside flag goes off belatedly. It'll be a free kick to Rangers. So both sides, Billy, kind of need to reset and go again after those lengthy stoppages.
The breaks in play, it's kind of stunted the flow of the game. There's no doubt though it's carried on in the same fashion in the first 4 or 5 minutes of this half. Rangers creating a few chances and then hit the barn. United still looking threatening on the break, as you saw on that occasion when Tavernier misjudged it.
And they were working it nicely until Fata just overhit a pass to Chevet. And now it's with Rangers and Fernandez in the D, and carries forward slightly, gives it to Raskan, opens the pitch up with a pass to Barron on the far touchline, and his pass was intended to be in front of Gassama, but Gassama was on a different wavelength, and now Ferry has it for Dundee United on the touchline. Dribbles inside and then sends it in, and it was an awkward flight of the ball, and it's taken a nick off a Rangers player on the way through, and it's out for a United throw-in on this near side.
Yeah, but they don't think twice about it. It's like rob Rangers of possession, 2 passes out to Will Ferry, and you know he's better with the left foot, but right foot is moving a little bit. Magoma has to knock it for a throw-in, but they're going to just launch it in now. It's that direct, quick play that's making them a threat.
United 1, Rangers 1. Ferry throws it into the box near post. It's directed back across, and Barron is able to lash down to the centre circle, where Strain picks up and switches out to the far side to Amar Fata. 1-on-1. Oh, brilliant step over and drives past the defender into the box. Header. Oh, it's flicked away by Magoma, just as United were starting to queue up in that 6-yard box.
Yeah, Ferry was in there. It's brilliant again from Fata. Just leaves Gassama for dead, and then the cross comes in.
Here he comes again, edge of the box, strike, blocked. Miofsky picks up, gives it to Gassama, turns and then slides it between two United players for Raskan. Now it's Miofsky over halfway on the right hand side, left footed pass, and he's found Danilo, who touches it and then stays on his feet as Stevenson robs him of possession. And Esselink only as far as Fernandez, heavy touch in the chest, and then he's managed to get in ahead of Stevenson, who has brought him down, and it's going to be a booking for Lucas Stevenson. A free kick to Rangers in central position, halfway up United's half.
Yeah, but it all started again. I think Carestes has got to step in with Danilo again, and he lets Danilo come and take the ball, and then he ends up fouling him, and then they give away a free kick and Stevenson picks up the yellow. But it's hesitant, isn't it, at times, where they don't just go in all the way. They're like, oh, will I get in there, will I stay back? And it's causing them a few problems, Dundee United.
Absolutely, as Tavernier, not much angle to work with. He's bang in the middle of the pitch and prepares to take this free kick. 57 on the clock, although we've certainly not played 12 minutes given the injury stoppages. Here is Tavernier, curls it towards the back post, and it's Raskan who heads it, but it spins into the middle of the box and then half cleared by United. It's Tavernier out to Gassama, corner of the box. Gassama stands up his man, goes on the outside, good pace from Gassama, and his low cross is blocked, and now it's Ferry.
I love that wee duel, Thomas, with Gassama and Fata, and that's both ways it's gone now. Fata leaving it for dead, and then Gassama the other way. They don't like defending.
Marcus Fraser has scored from the spot to give St Mirren the lead against Aberdeen at Pittodrie, as Danilo controls on the edge of the box, gives it to Gassama onto the left foot, slips as he strikes it, deflected and cleared by Stevenson.
See Marcus Fraser?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm being told, so fair play to the big man.
No, I still keep in touch with him, but I didn't have him as a penalty taker, but brilliant.
Well, St Mirren not really scoring many goals, so the defender's obviously going, right lads, leave it to me, I'll take one.
Well, he's sometimes captain, isn't he? He's vice captain, but he's sometimes captain, so he's taking the captain's responsibility.
Yeah, he's an ever present for St Mirren when fit, as Rangers have the ball in the centre circle. Fernandez to Bayrami, back to Fernandez. Dundee United 1, Rangers 1. Up to Danilo, great turn in the box. Oh, he's looked to turn inside, gets it back, shot blocked, claims for a handball. As Strain who blocked it, but he was on the deck as he slid in. And play on as Raskan gives it to Megoma. Now it's Bayrami into Danilo, back to Raskan to Barron back to Giga turns and gives it to Bayrami. Rangers keeping possession. Bayrami sends it into the box, the run of Raskan, but it just skimmed off the surface and runs out for a goal kick to Dundee United's.
Yeah, they've got those runs on. It's a thing Rangers haven't had for a wee while, as midfield runners, or the 10, which is Danilo, running beyond the striker. When he comes short, they tend to play in front of teams. Tonight they're not. Maybe it's because they're away from home and United are pushing up a little bit, but you need to do that even if teams are sitting deep. There's got to be little bursts. Danilo's done it well, Raskin's done it well, Barron on occasion as well, but they're certainly getting that United back five thinking about things.
Richards' goal kick, it's over Strain and bounces out for a Rangers throw-in. Busy period coming up, as I mentioned. Rangers with Kilmarnock away on Saturday, then away to Ferencváros of Hungary in the Europa League. Hibs at home, Hearts away, Motherwell at home, St Mirren at home. Here come Rangers now. Gassama, he's dribbling up to the edge of the box. He's got Danilo outside, checks on the inside, then goes back outside. Near post shot, saved by Richards. Now it's Tavernier over to Megoma gives it to Bayrami, who comes in the pitch, gives it to Tavernier. Raskan, Tavernier, Megoma on the left hand side, gives it to Tavernier again. Tavernier, Bayrami, Tavernier, Miofsky, Megoma with a cross, no one in between the posts as Esselink headed away, and now United look to launch a counter. Sapsford on the right hand side, and he's let that run out of play. Just had too much on it for him, and it's a Rangers throw-in.
I'd be amazed if this game finishes 1-1. I mean, the one before that, Carestes was so poor. again it was like hesitant, and the ball gets fed out to Gassama when he had the shot, and he's not sure where to go for it. He eventually does. Gassama gets it, 1v1, cuts in, good save by the goalkeeper.
Fernandez standing on the ball, gives it to Raskan, back to Fernandez. Fernandez to Giga under a bit of pressure from Fata, gets the pass away to Fernandez. Fernandez to Miofsky, away from two United players out to the touchline, and slides the pass to Gassama. Gassama, switch of play to Megoma on the left. Megoma with space, gives it to Bayrami on the edge of the area. Then it's Raskan. Raskan puts a cross into the dangerous area, and there's a touch, it's off the post, and then it's denied again. Danilo trying on the follow-up, and somehow it stays out. Deary me. Gassama probably should have scored.
He should have. I mean, he I don't know what kind of contact he gets, just gets a skip, but it just trundled it toward the goalkeeper. He somehow keeps it out, but how they missed it. It's a brilliant in-swinging ball in from Raskin, and all he needs to do is help it on his way. He probably scores, and somehow he tries to miss it, and then Danilo can't get it in either.
Yeah, it's it looked for half a second as if Gassama on the stretch was going to put that in the bottom corner, just comes off the post.
Yeah, it hits the post, but then to be fair to Danilo, he smashes it at him. There's no chance of putting that in first time. Once a rebound, a huge opportunity missed.
Yeah, and Richards saved on the follow-up as well from Gassama. Good block at the near post. Two changes for Dundee United, Max Waters and Ivan Dolcek. So Nikolai Muller and Zach Sapsford are the players to go off. So it's pretty much like for like in terms of the shape. Billy?
Yeah, as I mean, they've worked their socks off, maybe find it hard now. I'm surprised at Sapsford. He's looked a threat. He's maybe just tiring a little bit, and United need to freshen up, so make two, try to get back, well, not back in the game, try to get themselves in front with a bit of freshness.
Ivan Dolcek was wearing the leggings on Saturday at Rugby Park. It was freezing. He's not got them on tonight, but he's got socks up to just about basically his shorts, so it's as good as. And Croatian looking to get back on form, hasn't scored since grabbing his 5th Premiership goal of the season in the 2-0 win here against Aberdeen, which was 9 games ago, as Miofsky gives it to Bayrami. Bayrami back down the line for Raskan. Raskan into Nasser Giga. Now Tavernier curls it to the corner of the box. Esselink with a header out. Rangers throw in line with the edge of the United penalty area. Quickly taken to Tavernier looking for Danilo, but gives it to Carestes, and it's given away by Chevet. And good work rate back the way from Max Waters to win it back for Dundee United, but then a stray pass from Carestes straight through to Butland.
I'm not sure what he's thinking, because Dolcek's on his way. It's a lovely run, and he's on his left foot. He just has to shape it with inside his foot, but goes with outside and gets it all wrong.
It's neat from United. Chevet, Stevenson, now Waters to Ryan Strain to Dolcek drops the shoulder, sends it in with the left foot back post. Fata on the stretch, it's not away, and then Gigas to intervene to stop Max Waters turning in, gets the shot away. Eventually Waters blocked again, this time by Fernandez, and behind for a corner. No flag, 1-1 it remains.
Thought he was off, got to be honest, but anyway, they get an unbelievable chance at the end of it when it gets to that back post. They can't force it in, and then Waters eventually hits the shot. It's deflected away for a corner.
Corner to Dundee United. Amar Fata is going to take on the far side, and feels like there's more goals in this game. Still 1-1. What was the score at half time? Dundee United again looking like they're sending bodies to the back post. That's where the ball goes. Header from Waters towards this, and it's parried by Butland. Brilliant save. Yovu it was who got up. Now it's forced to the edge of the box. Strike from Chevet, and Fernandez turns it away. Good save by Jack Butland. Now Fata had his jersey pulled there. Advantage being played. It's inside the box and scores! It's a beauty from Amar Fata to restore Dundee United's advantage. Rangers try to halt his progress. He steamed up to the edge of the box and places the right-footed shot in the bottom corner beyond Butland. And it is Dundee United 2, Rangers 1.
Yeah, Rangers want a foul. We'll see. They'll have a look at it, but it's a brilliant finish. He had one like that in the first half. Fata, when he never get the contact correct, but my word, he flashes that one home brilliantly. Once it comes back to him, sidesteps his man and just bends it beautifully in the bottom corner.
Waters it was with the header initially, and then it's a great save from Jack Butland at that front post area as the header comes in, and Rangers, as Fernandez just kind of side puts it into an area. Fata doesn't look like a foul, Billy.
Nah. I mean, if this is chopped off, I'll be so, it's not. It's got given, and rightly so. I mean, it's a brilliant bit of skill. Gets there first before Bayrami. Once he moves inside away from Raskan, it's Raskan that wants to pull. He feels as if he's been pulled, but the referee's not having it. He just got a slight lean on him, but my word, Fata leaves him for dead, and what a finish right into that bottom corner. Butland no chance after a brilliant save.
Second goal of the season from Amar Fata. Scored one against St Mirren, now has one against Rangers, and Dundee United in dreamland at the moment, but still an awful long way to go.
You get the feeling it's not finished, Thomas.
Well, Rangers have hit post and bar, not managed to find a second goal. Bayrami, Barron step over and drives, but Strain gets his body in front of Barron and the ball, and he eventually manages to force it back to Richards, who clears it up the field to Waters, and that will look like a high boot from Giga to the face of Max Waters. It was. Free kick on halfway and the yellow card for Nasser Giga.
Yeah, it was brave from Waters, and to be fair to Giga, he's owning it, and he's got the hand up and giving him a pat in the back, so no problems there.
Yeah, he was guilty as charged there, Nasser Giga. The Rangers, well, we can talk about an improvement in terms of their attacking play in terms of a bit more urgency, creating chances, but 2 goals, Billy. I know they're good finishes, don't get me wrong,
but the vulnerability still there, that's where you're coming to, isn't it? And
yeah,
you're totally correct. I mean, it's incredible. Every time United get in a position, they look as if they can score. Don't get me wrong, Rangers have had loads of chances, but United have had 6 or 7 as well. And then the warning sign is there because Butland's had to pull off a brilliant save just before that.
Yeah, United free kick, and that's a bit of a wasteful one, which Tavernier can watch bounce and go out for a throw-in. So 22 minutes left, plus plenty stoppage time after injuries to Miofsky and Tan Kamara, who had to be withdrawn for Dundee United. Miofsky still going, bandaged up, and Rangers yet to make any changes. So I saw a shot of Danny Rule on the bench trying to in discussion with his coaching staff about shaking things up. Throw into Barron, a nice switch of play through the air to Magoma. Touch is a wee bit awkward and has to go back to Fernandez and all the way back to Butland. And Rangers want to be down the other end of the pitch as Butland sends it long. Tavernier, Ferry went up, missed it, and it bounces for Dundee United throw-in. And I guess this is Danny Role saying this week that he'll be involved in transfers in January and talking about we need players who know what it means to play for Rangers. I think we've heard that a lot, but this is where the kind of players who Rangers want in the club, this is where they need to step up when they're 2-1 down at Tannadice with 25 minutes probably remaining. Here's Miofsky on the turn, that's a good pass for Gassama, he's into the box, goes down, referee is going to give the free kick and book JD Gassama for diving, which is a big call from David Dickinson. Billy, what was your view of it?
My first instinct was he did go down easy. I've got to be right up front there. I mean, I thought he had an opportunity to end it, just knock out your feet, get a strike away. I think he slowed himself down and waited for the contact. Strain tried to stay away from him. Coming together, but I think he's waited and decelerated, to be honest with you.
It's Will Ferry is at his back. There is contact for sure, but whether it's enough to go down, the referee has said no. Whether it's a dive or not, subjective decision. Referee thinks yes, and the VAR appears to be happy with it, I think. So Dave Richards now being told to get back in his box. He's taking the free kick out of his box, so he's been sent back into the area. The Dundee United goalkeeper. Dundee United 2, Rangers 1. 71 minutes played at Tannadice. Diagonal from Richards. Strain went up, and it's now Bayrami who has it for Rangers. Back to Giga, to Tavernier. Tavernier looking for Miovski, but it's picked off by Chevet. One back by Raskan. Now Miovski fires it into Gassama, hits off his heel. Stevenson's header only as far as Miovski now. Raskan out wide, gives it infield to Tavernier. Tavernier into the edge of the box. Danilo controls and moves it on to Bayrami. Bayrami to Miovski. Miovski, and then Gomez lost his footing briefly there, but manages to control it and give it to Barron. Barron to Fernandez. Fernandez away from Fata in the big centre half, drives for goal, and it's straight down the throat of Dave Richards.
Good effort from the big lad. I mean, it's a nice slidey foot where he just goes past his man and he gets a decent strike on it. It's trundling. He struck it pretty well though, and the keeper's going to watch it. He's got to watch it all the way, Richards, and takes it cleanly. Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 1, Celtic 1, Dundee 0, Dundee United 2, Rangers 1 here, Falkirk 0, Motherwell 0, and Hearts 1, Kilmarnock 0. The latest scores from around the country. 5-game Wednesday night, and it's been a brilliant watch here at Tannadice. Two teams have shown plenty of intent, but it is Dundee United who have shown the 2 moments of quality. Got their noses in front. 2-1. The free kick is given to Dundee United, and Strain is the man who is down on the turf, and this and then the yellow card comes out for Conor Barron, who looks perplexed. Is it Barron that caught him? I thought it was a foul, but I don't think it's a yellow card. I mean, I don't know how much intent it's. Yeah, it is Barron. It's a high foot, isn't it? I suppose, but yeah, Strain stays down after that. But I don't know how much contact there was. But anyway, United have a free kick out this right hand side. Dangerous position. Yeah, Strain is over it with the right foot, and Ivan Dolcek with a left foot will fancy it, and he's pretty good at just sending these right to the back post. Back area, yeah. And United have been sending it there all night. Haven't had any joy from set pieces as yet in terms of the goals, but it is going to be the left foot of Ivan Dolcek on this near side. Plenty of United players forwards. Here is Dolcek, sends it to the near post, and it was a poor one. Danilo nods it away. Ryan Strain goes back to fetch it. Now it's Ferry, and all the way back to the goalkeeper Dave Richards. Aberdeen have equalised against St Mirren up to Tawdry. Dante Polvara with a goal, flicked on towards Waters. Fernandez with another unconvincing clearance, though it does find touch. Yeah, it's safety first, but I do hold my breath every time Big Fernandez and Giga are on the ball, are going to make a clearance or make a pass from the back, because you just are vulnerable, they're fragile, and you can feel it in their play. Will Ferry is going to take the long throw in, and it looks like Yusuf Chermiti is going to come on for Rangers. Here comes Ferry, throws it into the near post area, comes off the back of the United player. Was it a hand? The officials don't give it. The Rangers fans think it was. Gassama tries to turn and run at Strain, but the ball runs away from him, and Strain just lashes it down the pitch, and Butland takes it out the air. Sure, they'll have a look. Oh, it does hit Fernandez on the arm, doesn't it? Yeah, and I'm sure Strain tried to boot out of play to see if they would have a look. It's by his side, but there's a little movement there. Yeah, the officials content for now as Magoma rolls it down the line for Nico Raskan. Raskan curls it to the edge of the area. Ferry away. Waters leads it down to Fata, controls it with his shoulder, and then he lays it to Dolcek. Dolcek back to Fata. Fata looking to return it to Dolcek, but he was running out of room to work with, and allowed to run behind for a goal kick to Rangers. So Fernandez, it's one of those, Billy, where Fernandez is kind of doesn't see the ball coming, and it hits off his
It's off his arm as it's out from his body, but it's down by his side, and he doesn't know an awful lot about it, but we've seen them given.
Away with it, yeah. I mean, Livingston had a claim the other week there when I think it was it Fernandez Magoma. There was a little movement, but that was down by his side. It was probably similar. It all depends on the movement towards the ball. I think he's trying to pull it away from the ball, to be fair to Big Fernandez.
Yeah, I mean,
it certainly has his
It's one of those where you don't want to see them given as penalties, but the rule the way it is, then that's,
I've seen them given.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Aberdeen have taken the lead against St Mirren. Marco Lazatic with the goal. So 2 in the space of a couple of minutes from Aberdeen, and now here come more changes. Christian Trapanovsky, who scored in a 2-2 between these sides at Ibrox, is on for Dundee United, and Danilo is coming off for Rangers. Tavernier is also coming off for Max Aarons, and Mohamed Diamonde is also stripped and ready down there. Who was the United player who went off there? It's down there. It's Amar Fata.
I think that'll be a blow to him. I think he looked a real threat. I don't know if he's picked up an injury or he's
moving a bit gingerly. So
yeah, it's a blow to United, that, because he looked threatening.
Absolutely, and he looks like a player that's just kind of getting up to speed. So Chermiti is on, and Miofsky is still on as well. So Rangers with the 2 strikers on now, and Aaron's at right back. Diamonde is also on, as it's played up to Max Waters. Now it's Trapanovsky, plays it off the defender, and United have a corner. They lead 2-1.
Yeah, this is a problem for Rangers, because Chermiti on, Miofsky still on, and they've looked vulnerable at the back anyway, and United are playing the counter-attack, and again Trapanovsky just on the pitch, just turned over, direct ball, and he gets an opportunity but gets a corner out of it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Was it Raskan that went off for Diamonde as well? Interesting, as the corner is whipped to the near post, and it's left by Rangers, hits off the stumbling Esselink, and Chavez won it back from Bayrami on the edge of the box. Now Trapanovsky goes down the side, his cross hits off Aarons, behind for another United corner.
Yeah, he's direct, Trapanovsky, we know that, and he just picks it up, gets it Aarons, he's just on the pitch and tests him, but Aarons does well to block it away for getting our corner.
Trapanovsky to take. 11.5 minutes left, plus stoppage time. It's Dundee United 2, Rangers 1. It's a poor corner to the near post. Bayrami heads it away, sent back in though, and then there's a chance here for United, and the header goes just wide.
Yovu, I think.
Yeah, Yovu with a chance.
I think if he leaves it, or Lucas Stevenson shouts, I think Stevenson scores, because he's just going to help it on its way with an overhead kick closer to the box. But anyway, he goes for the header and just misses Butland's left band post by about a foot.
Header from Esselink. Diamonde uses his body, and he uses it to good effect as he wins the ball, gives it to Aarons. Aarons to Diamonde. Diamonde comes inside, gives it to Miofsky, bandaged up. Diamonde, Bayrami first time to Chermiti, back to Bayrami. Bayrami out to Aarons, space out wide, sends across the back post, chance! Oh, Magoma, first time effort, and denied, took a deflection.
Is that a save? I think he catches it well. He's got to watch it all the way. It's a great ball in by Aarons, and he gets it sweetly, but I'll tell you what, it's a real, I think it's a stop. I think he gets it away with his foot. Richards?
Yeah, I think he does, and then it hits off the defender as Barron plays it to Magoma. Still just the 1 goal in it. Magoma to Bayrami. Bayrami, edge of the box for Gassama, goes for the volley, and he sends it miles over the top. It was on to hit, you have to say. He had time and space, and he brings it down well, but it just got right underneath it. Jedi Gassama, it's taken a deflection, I beg your pardon. As just get another look at this, it was a save, yeah. Very good save from Dave Richards to deny Magoma. And now Rangers corner on the far side. Here it comes, it's low to the near post, not the best. Aarons tried to help it on its way, but Could only help it behind for a Dundee United goal kick.
The last 3 corner kicks, 2 from United, 1 from Rangers, have been disappointing, because when they put it in good areas and not that front post area where it's well covered by the 2 zone setups, you're not going to score from there, not unless somebody like Aarons gets across but he missed the contact. But I think you've got to miss that front area, because anything that's missed it so far in the match has caused each team problems.
9 minutes to play plus stoppages. Dundee United 2, Rangers 1. Be a massive result for Dundee United. It would be just their 3rd home league win of the season. As Dolček tangles with Fernandez, and the defender gets the free kick. Back to Giga. Giga to Aarons. Out to Gassama, who slipped a bit, but then so did the defender Ferry, and he manages to go by him as he gets to his feet. Gassama, great pace, heavy touch, invites Carestes to come across and knock it out for a throw-in.
Yeah, it's good covering from Carestes. I don't think he's been at his best tonight, but on that occasion he dealt with it well, read the situation, got it away when it was a dangerous moment for Gassama down that right hand side.
Throw into Rangers, back to Nasser Giga. Now it's Barron. Dribbles forward Barron into traffic, then lays it to Diamonde. Diamonde receives the 1-2 with Gassama, and then it's ricocheting about several players, and it's good play from Aarons to go down the outside, low cross, and Chermiti was lurking, but the defender gets first contact now by Rami on the edge of the box, turns to face the goal, and he's forced just wider than he liked before he could hit the shot, and Diamonde scoops one into the area, and it's a bit of a mix-up from the United defenders, and it's still not clear, towed away eventually. Now it's Fernandez with the strike, comes off a United head and out for a corner. Rangers fans are screaming for handball. From here I'm not sure it was, but we are a long way away.
One of the defenders holding the face, Chevet, is down there that missed him. Is it Jovu? Is it Carestes? Is it Esselink? I mean, it's just last ditch stuff. Yeah, it's brave. It's the head. I think it's Esselink, is it? But it's a decent enough strike from Fernandez, trying for the far corner from about 20 yards. Did they get ahead in the way?
Yeah, no question it comes off his face.
Esselink.
It was Esselink.
They all look so similar.
Yeah. Corner. Short from Rangers. Gassama gives it back to Bayrami, edge of the box. Diamonde takes it back inside, and the shot's blocked. He was more invited to shoot with the left, but didn't want to.
Agreed.
It did open up on the left foot, went back on the right, and the space was shut down. But here come Rangers again. Bayrami, corner of the box, curls it in. Chermiti, oh, huge chance for the diving header. He's got to score. Yusuf Chermiti, that was the chance, and Danny Rule can't believe it. It stays 2-1 United.
He's got to score, but this big lad is feeling the pressure. I mean, it's brilliant from Bayrami. It's a brilliant pick out. I mean, he's 6 yards centre in the 6 yard box. Just get a contact on it, and the pressure is on this lad's shoulders because he completely misses it. It's a sitter from Chermiti,
and that will do nothing to endear him to his many critics since his expensive move from Everton. Yusuf Chermiti, it's the sort of chance. He's done everything right in terms of the movement, gets himself between the centre half, and you're just thinking, go and attack it.
Yeah, especially your height and presence, just get the contact. I'm not sure the big lad's a natural finisher. I might be proved wrong. I think he's got.
I don't.
No, but he's got.
His record doesn't suggest he is. You're right.
But he's still young.
Yes.
But what I'm saying to you is, he's got all the physical attributes. He's quick as well. But when he's had his chances, maybe it is confidence. That's why I'm not saying totally yet. And he's a young lad, and he maybe bury a couple of chances. He might go on to get 15, 20. But right now, I see him as, like, if you're lucky, a 5-goal a season striker.
Which, considering they sold a 29-goal a season striker, it's a bit of a conundrum for Rangers. St Mirren have equalised, so having led 1-0 and then been trailing 2-1, it's now Aberdeen 2, St Mirren 2 up the Doddery. Bayrami gives it to Miovski, poor touch. Waters pinches it, and then he gives it straight to Fernandez in the centre circle. Groans all around Tannadice. Magoma crosses from deep, it's not a great one. Clear to the feet of Dolček, and he shows good composure to give it to Strain. and then he plays it down the line for Dolček to chase. He's going to get there first. Ivan Dolček doesn't have much support, and the challenge goes in from Fernandez, but Dundee United have gone way up the pitch and have a throw in.
They've got to do that better with Trapanovsky, who gets it and gives it straight away, trying to find Waters, but then they get it the next time and they make a nice pass, and they get out to was it Chevet? No, sorry, Dolček down this right hand side, and it's better. It's their only way out. They've got to show a wee bit of composure because Rangers are putting on that pressure, Thomas.
Here's Strain under pressure from Chermiti, gets the cross in though. It's over Waters, bounces, and Aarons heads it to the edge of the box. Stevenson controls and now gives it to Trapanovsky. Trapanovsky pursued by Max Aarons, and he's not got room to work with here. Tries to turn the defender, who stands strong and has won it. Knocks it to Miovski, into Diamonde, edge of the box for Barron, and Diamonde was caught by Chevet. Rangers free kick.
He does well eventually, Aarons, but his first header clear, you can see that again, fragility there from the full Rangers defence. Anytime they're asked to defend, they don't do it properly. There's no definite there where you're just putting the ball 40-50 yards or heading it 20-30.
It was Jonah Ayunga who's drawn St Mirren level. Up to Tawdry as Stevenson plays it down the line. What a ball that is. As Trapanovsky's on the run, he's into the box, and then he takes a little strike at goal, and it comes off Giga behind for a corner.
Wrong choice for me. Once he gets here, I think he's got to try and pick out Chevet. He stayed out the box. If he cuts it back, I think United get a third, but he drags it, tries a shot, block for the corner. Good play again from Dundee United. Still a threat.
Yeah, we're breaking well. Dundee United, 2.5 minutes left of this game, plus stoppage time.
Should be a fair bit.
Yeah, absolutely, because we had a good maybe 6 minutes of stoppages early in the second half for 2 injuries. So plenty of time left as Rangers look to get an equaliser, but Dundee United with a corner here, a chance to add to their lead. That's a shocker of a corner to the near post, helped away, and then Chevet has fouled Gassama.
Make that the last 4 corners, everyone just missed front area, and you've got an opportunity.
Marko Lazatic has restored Aberdeen's lead up to Tawdry, 3-2. The 2 lowest scoring teams in the league serving up a 5-goal thriller. Dundee United 2, Rangers 1 here. Sapsford and Fata. In between that, a screamer from Magoma. And Rangers are going to go to their bench, and Telo Asgard is going to come on. And it's a change Danny Rowe is keen to make, but we're going to play on at the moment as the free kick comes in, breaks the edge of the box for Miovski, little backheel flick for Aarons, who strikes it, and he has pulled it well wide.
It was a weird strike at the ball, wasn't it? I mean, once he hits it, it's just dipping, swerving, but we are thinking, oh, that could dip in under the crossbar, but miles off and goes for a corner.
Bojan Miovski is replaced by Telo Asgard. So it's interesting move, I suppose, taking off a striker for a midfielder as Rangers look for a equaliser. We're now in the 90th minute, and it is Dundee United 2, Rangers 1. As I say, we'll have plenty stoppages. Dundee United's heading for a big victory. Rangers heading for the first league defeat of the Danny Rule era. It should be a real setback. Magoma throws it back to Fernandez. A few claims of a foul throw there, but on we go. Giga to Fernandez. Fernandez to Magoma in a bit of space, short of halfway, takes it over the threshold of the United half. Magoma. And he's going to play it down the outside. 6 added minutes thrown up. It's Gassama down the left. Space to cross. Blocked. Corner Rangers.
Yobu does well. Desperate stuff. 3 scampering back. Rangers take it quickly.
And here comes Bayrami. Edge of the box. Onto the right foot. He's in the area. And it's blocked and breaks all the way back for Barron. Barron sends it back into the box. Flick down. And then it's unable to be controlled. And then United clear it off the back of the referee, David Dickinson. And so play will be stopped. You feel like it's going to be a backs to the wall stuff for Dundee United over the next 6 minutes.
You do, and when it came out there, I thought if you hit round the back area, there's 4 Rangers players free, but United get ahead on it, get it clear. I think it was Stevenson that tried to clip it down the line for Trapanovsky, and they were on the break again, United, which they've done all night, but he hits the back of the referee and they're allowed to calm it down a bit.
Bruce Anderson has equalised for Kilmarnock at Tynecastle. Hearts 1, Killie 1. Here come Rangers. Chermiti galloping up towards the edge of the box, and then he plays it to the edge of the area by Rami, who's looking to step onto it. Ferry with a sliding challenge. Dolchek flicks it on, and Butland hears out his goal to get there. 5 of the added minutes left to play. United 2, Rangers 1.
Kind of leaving 2 up front. United, they know that if they can win it, get a back 5 in place and get it forward, they've a chance of sealing the game.
Here comes Bayrami, finds Chermiti, and his heels clipped there by Chevet. Rangers free kick, 23 yards out towards the right hand corner of the box. Tense times at Tannadice. Dundee United on the cusp of a big victory. It would be just their second in their last 9 Premiership games. And Rangers will fall 3 points further behind Celtic as it stands. Still time though, as Bayrami stands over this free kick. Here he comes, right footed, goes for goal, punched by Richards, and then sent into the stands by Diamonde.
Yeah, it's that strike again we spoke about earlier. He gets plenty of pace on it, gets plenty of movement on it. Richards is going to get it all the way. He feints as if he's going to cross it, tries to catch the goalkeeper at the near post, and Diamande batters it over the crossbar. Chance gone.
And you can't say Rangers haven't had chances. You know, the criticism against Falkirk would be they're created very little. They have created chances tonight. They've hit the post, they've hit the bar. Richards made a couple of good saves. Chermiti had the gilt-edged header which he fluffed. So, you know, it's been better on that front, but they can't do right for doing wrong. Start improving at one end and the back door opens. And United have walked through it as it's played down the side of the box for Dolchek to pursue, but it's too far in front of him and goes behind for a Rangers goal kick. We've played 3 of 6 added minutes. It's United 2, Rangers 1.
You're right though, it's the problem. You open up a little bit, you be more expansive, you go and try and attack, play quicker, movement quicker, but your back 4 or whatever you play, but it's a back 4 for Rangers, can't handle it, can't handle teams counter-attacking on you.
Played forwards, Gassama up in the air, strain, and it's a battle in there as Jovu watches it and clears. Waters battling with Giga, who the defender sends it forward. Strain penalised for a push on Gassama. Jim Goodwin remonstrating with the 4th official. Rangers free kick 10 yards into the United half. Bayrami throws the ball down.
Jim Goodwin will be counting down the seconds, Thomas, because you know in his Aberdeen days he lost a couple of goals late on against Rangers.
Yeah, the Scott Arfield show. Here's Bayrami, a brilliant tackle from Chevet, and then Diamonde slips as he looked to do something with that, and it goes behind for a United goal kick. 2 minutes left.
It's good from Strain, got his body in the way. Rangers looked in a dangerous position and just booted it off Diamande when he was on the ground, and United can try and run down the clock, take as long as they want for this by kick.
It's the Dundee United fans you can hear at Tannadice, close to a first victory over Rangers since 2021, our first in 12 attempts. Dave Richards, the goal kick, balloons it well into the Rangers half, and Barron sends it over the back of the Dundee United defence, but too far in front of any of his teammates, and it will be a Dundee United throw-in. We've got about a minute and 15 seconds left on the clock. We may play more than the 6 that have been added, but for now United about a minute away. Jovu throws it up the line. Magoma comes off his shoulder, and then Fernandez sends it back. Stevenson returns. Now it's Ferry who's having to head it. Fernandez with a poor touch. Dundee United win it. Waters in the centre circle, and he's playing towards the corner. Dolchek didn't realise that's where it was going. He was looking for a run inside the pitch, and Rangers get a reprieve there.
Yeah, United fans having a go at Dolchek. I can understand this time in the game, and although it didn't come central, just keep giving it a chase, but it just stops, and United fans let him know about it.
Asgard with a switch. It's not the best one. Aarons does well to make the most out of it though. He's won it, gives it to Bayrami on the edge of the box, cross shut down by Chevet. Bayrami goes after it, jumps, header to Barron. Barron to Giga, 20 seconds left. Barron into the box, back post, Fernandez is up, gets a head on it. Has Gassama kept that in? He has. Edge of the 6-yard box, Ferry now, and is that a penalty? It's given! Penalty Rangers! Drama at the end. Ferry is penalised.
Yes, Aarons is caught.
And Max Aarons is still down in the middle of the United box. Ferry's down as well. And United, with a clock on 96, penalised. And, well, Billy, you're looking at a replay. Your thoughts?
He doesn't see him coming. I don't know how much contact there is, but as soon as he feels a little skiff, Aarons throws himself down and gets a penalty kick. That's the way I would describe it. But I think, is it Ferry we said? Is there a lot there? But anyway, ref's given it, and it's an unbelievable finish, but Rangers piling on the pressure, might get their rewards.
They're checking a potential offside here in the build-up. So
I think it would take the pressure away from the penalty decision.
Well, I think United felt harshly treated at the weekend with the penalty given against them at Rugby Park, with some justification probably. And Bayrami is the player who's getting ready to take this if it's deemed that there was no offside. And just looking at a shot, Jim Goodwin, absolute sickener for him and his team, if indeed Bayrami goes on to convert here. So the decision is confirmed, the penalty stands, and it is Nadeem Bayrami against Dave Richards. Who will be the hero? The clock well past the 96 allocated now. Bayrami to salvage a point for Rangers, right footed, top corner. It's 2-2. It is a sickening blow for Dundee United, who were seconds away from a first win in 12 attempts against Rangers. But the penalty converted by Rami makes it Dundee United 2, Rangers 2.
Well, it doesn't matter whether it's a penalty or not. I mean, the pressure on Bayrami is intense, and my word, does he thump it home. He's been decent all night, Nadeem Bayrami, but he takes it ever so well at this stage of the game, high into the net, with power, with pace. Rangers level.
And it is now the Rangers fans you can hear singing, and there is the full-time whistle. It was virtually the last kick. The bruise ring around Tannadice, I think, for the officials rather than the players who gave everything, but they have been denied a first win since 2021 over Rangers by that late Nadeem Bayrami penalty. Kudos to him. Fantastic composure with the pressure really on to put it high into the top corner. And it means that the teams share the points here. In the first half we had two belting goals. Sapsford with an individual effort which he clipped over Butland before Magoma rifled in for Rangers from distance. It was 1-1 at the break. United got themselves in front. Amar Faton 66 minutes with a lovely run and low finish into the bottom corner before that Ferry foul on Aarons resulted in the penalty. Bayrami stuck it away, and it means Dundee United of Rangers have shared a 4-goal thriller here because there were loads of other chances, but it has finished at Tannadice. Dundee United 2, Rangers 2.